Good day. I am Sue Pickering. I am going to do a reading for a money and a block that possibly you may have in your career. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today for a reading. We're going to focus on that and nugget you have here. So it says small increase, valuable info, honest assessment, a fresh start, steady work, and career building. So I feel like there is something here for you to realize that it's a brand new start. So if you have been trying to focus on something for a period of time, there's going to be something that is starting here for you, something that is going to give you that extra kickstart that maybe you've been looking for since you've started it. And I feel like there's going to be some information coming in, some knowing, some downloads. They're telling me for you to be in nature in order to maybe receive this download as you move forward in this project or in your business. This doesn't necessarily have to do with money, but it could be information coming in. If you are a healer, you are getting some more, they're telling me intel for healings, for coaching, maybe. There is something that will be coming in for you. And we're going to see what your block is right now in order for why this hasn't been happening for you. If you've been working on something for a period of time, we're going to see what this block is. Sorry, my card hit the floor. So I'm feeling like a block for you has been, it came up, adventure. um the block for you that you haven't been in flow. You've been really rigid is coming in, the word rigid. You know, what you have planned is what you want to happen and how you want to happen and when you want it to happen. But that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. Uh, being more in a space where you can be more in flow to receive those downloads, going with the flow. Yes, you can have your path that you want, but they're just showing me there's something here, and being out in nature, but they're bringing back the nature uh, aspect of gaining clarity, gaining knowledge, gaining those downloads um, that you are waiting for, that breakthrough. Being honest with yourself. Look at this. Get connected. They're saying to be connected as part of your block. Continue to connect to your higher self, those downloads, spirit. They're showing me that there's an aspect here of you kind of getting stuck in, I don't know whether it's drama or stuck in the energy of not being on your utmost highest vibration in, especially when you're not in flow. How are you in your utmost highest vibration? If you are too much in control, and they're saying restrictive, so you're restricting yourself from information that comes in. That is a huge block. Okay, if you're wondering what's stopping you, ask yourself, where am I in so much control that I have to have things a certain way in order for it to work out a certain way for you. Okay, you're stopping the flow of much more coming in for you. Yeah, they're and they're showing me every road leads to nature. So I don't know if some of you are working in nature or need to be in nature. Okay, but being in nature allows for you to receive. It allows for you to ground yourself again, to have they're saying level ground again. for, you know, for a fresh start each day, if that's what it if that's what it means, if you need to be in nature every day for that. Okay, I'm going to see what your resources are next. I'm going to pull this deck, resources for this. Okay, you're meant to be here. Okay, it says here the perfect gift. Finding the right path. So what I'm hearing is finding the right rhythm, finding the right rhythm for the resources to come to you. That rhythm of, letting go, that rhythm of being in flow, that rhythm of um, not being in control. Okay. There is something here, and that is, may not feel like a resource, but it definitely is a resource for you to, have that fresh start in order to receive what you need to receive to stop that block that is happening for you. Okay. New beginnings, once you can, be more in flow. And the Knight of Pentacles, you get to, it's funny. We can feel like we're in control and have everything planned out, but that used to be me. That, well, sometimes I still kind of fall into those old traps sometimes, but because I know what I want. But they're showing me here that when we can let go of that control and be in allowance, that is when we have the most control. That is when we can make decisions that are going to bring us closer to our target. Okay. And when we're in those states of mind where we need to be in control, it truly does stop the flow. It truly does. It brings you out of who you are, because you're in that space of being rigid. You're in that space of, I know what I want, I'm going to get it. That's our masculine side. Okay. And moving to more to the feminine, and when we can be in flow, when we can listen more, when we can be in tune more, when we can be connected more, that is where things start happening, and we're back in control, but in a different aspect, from a completely different energy. And I have this saying, and if you've been following me for a while, it, once you let go of control is when you have the most control. And it is true. It is totally true. If you can let go, you get to steer the ship still. You are not going, just whatever can happen is going to happen. Yes, but you get to make decisions in those aspects, that things, when things shift and change, you get to decide. You get to receive the download and then decide where it is that you're going to take it. Okay. So working really hard on being in flow will allow for these resources, these thoughts, these knowings, these, whatever you need to move forward with your business, with whatever that is suiting to you in your life. I'm tailoring all of my readings toward business, because that is where my heart is, and that is where I'm going to say 99% of my clients come from that I coach are entrepreneurs. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to find out what action you need to take moving forward. Obviously, allowing yourself to be in flow is a part of that, taking action as you move forward. Okay, maybe some partnering up. We got the Lovers card. Maybe some partnering up. Maybe seeing the duality of things, the 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 darker side, the lighter side, seeing, weighing out opportunities, not just being rigid and going in control. It's like, okay, what options do I have here? This or this, and then make the decision. They're showing me for you to really take action toward um, companionship. Maybe there's something to do with taking action toward working together with something, whether that's bouncing an idea off of someone, um, or connecting deeper to yourself and your guides. Had a couple cards fall. Taking action. Yeah, walking away from those things, the Eight of Cups, walking away from those things that are you can't bring with you. You can't bring the old version of yourself and have a new version at the same time. There's no space for it. I had a video here, I don't even know, last week I think it was, where I talked about holding everything, your past, all of the things in your hands. How do you catch anything new? How do you receive anything new if there's no space to, you have to drop something behind, okay? You can't be an allowance for everything from your past and bring it forward and expect to see different results. You know what that is, right? When we hold on to everything, and do the same thing every single day and want different results. You know what that brings you, right? So the Ace of Cups, so brand new relationships, brand new intuition is going to come in as you take action, okay? Taking action toward the things that are suited for you. And then you have the Six of Cups, okay? Not holding on to the past, not holding on to all the, the reminiscing. Well, I used to do it this way, and this is what I've done in the past. That isn't working anymore. We have a whole new ball game ahead of us now, and things are really going to start ramping up for a lot of people who are in tune, who are taking that time to not be in control, to be more in flow. Sometimes we do things because we want a certain outcome, right? Oh, I need to continue to do this because where's my bread and butter coming from? Just like myself, I have cut back on markets. I'm told to focus more on this. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to replace my income. And I like, this is what I'm doing. I'm trusting it, and it has happened. So I cannot say that it hasn't happened for me. Okay. So it's making space. It's being in flow and trusting and really listening to what my guidance is on where I need to take my next step. What more do I need to focus on? All of the things. Okay. It opens up a space to bring in the new. Okay. We can't continue to have the old and have new at the same time. Okay, we can bring in what we know from the old, but we can't bring in all of the things that we continued to do in the way we did it, because we are in wanting to be in control. Okay, so now the outcome, Three of Cups, the celebration of self, the celebration of the people around you. That is beautiful. We're going to see what else comes for the outcome. There is something here for uh, making sure you have the right people sitting around your table as you continue on this journey. Okay, the Queen of Cups. Wow, this is a space. All these cups. Okay, the outcome, the Queen of Cups. This is a space for you to be in your intuition at its utmost highest. When you let go of control and be in flow, you are using your intuition to guide you. I have been talking about ramping up the intuition for years now. So this is a space, another space for you to know that it is going to bring you to your outcome of your preference. Okay, the less we have control or be in control of every single piece of everything because we need to have it going our way, you are holding yourself back. You are keeping yourself stuck. And knowing that you are coming out of the current when you can be in control, or when you can let go of control, you're coming out of that current, that fighting the system all the time, fighting your way to the top, fighting your way to making it big, if you want to call it that, however you might look at that. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. That is kind of my spread on how to gain money in your career. And I would love to hear if you like this spread as well. I'm working on, focusing more on a problem rather than it being so general. It is hard to read for the public. It really is, because it's just different. It's for everyone, and it's not for everyone. That makes sense. Thank you for being here. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate that. It's a great energy exchange, and I appreciate each and every one of you for following me and continuing on this journey with me, because this is what I love to do, and it's where I'm called. So thank you very much, and I appreciate you. Much love.